What is up, beautiful humans? I'm so pumped to be sitting here filming this video for you guys because it is a topic that has been on my heart for a long time, and so I've shared little snippets here and there about it, but I'm really excited to be condensing everything into one place, one video for you guys, because I want to share my experiences, my knowledge, my wisdom, and the information that I do have with you guys, because I believe very strongly that it's an obligation of mine to share what I've learned the hard way so other people don't have to learn it the hard way. And the topic that I'm going into today is limiting beliefs, particularly self-imposed limiting beliefs, which I know is kind of a broad topic, an umbrella term, if you will, and there's a lot that goes into it. But I'm gonna try not to make this video too long since I am a rambler by nature. And I do have a couple notes here, so if y'all see me looking down, that is why. But I'm gonna jump right in. So I'm gonna start off with kind of talking about the phase of life when I was a waitress. This was before I ever went to school. I'm in cosmetology school, for anyone that doesn't know. And at the time, my son was about a year to a year and a half old. We had just moved into my first place that was just mine. First place I had lived in without a significant other or family or anything like that. And I was working from like between midnight and 2 a.m. And then I would wake up by 6 a.m. every day with my son, take care of him for the whole day, obviously, until I had to go back to work. And I was doing that 5-6 days a week. And I was so tired. It was like my body was physically giving up on me. And I just wanted more. Like I didn't want that to be my life. Now, of course, I was willing to do it. That's why I was doing it, because I was and am willing to do anything I have to do for my son. But that I knew that wasn't what I wanted. And I didn't want to be an example to him either, that he should just settle and be complacent and be miserable. Like, no. But I felt guilty for the fact that my body was shutting down and I was so tired and I was so drained and so fatigued and I just wanted more. I felt guilty for that. I felt like I was less than. I would tell myself, look at all these other moms. They have a crazy schedule like you and they've been doing it for 20 years. Why can't you do it for less than a year? Like, I felt like I was less than. I felt like I was weak and pathetic. Wrong mindset to have. That is a set of limiting beliefs right there, because that very easily could have stopped me from ever striving for more, right? Because I felt guilty and I felt like I just should be able to continue with that crazy schedule. Ugh, so sad. I wanted to chase my dreams. I've always wanted to go to cosmetology school. But I was made to feel like it was naive for me to think that that was a possibility, because I was a single mom, right? And if you're a single mom, you just have to settle into the fact that life's going to be really hard and that you might have to let go of a lot of big dreams and whatnot. And people would always try to talk me out of cosmetology school, telling me I couldn't make a good living off of it and all of these things. But I decided to do it anyway, and one of the biggest reasons why I finally did make that decision was because I wanted to show my son that you can chase your dreams. You can build a career out of your dreams. You don't have to just follow the exact path everyone else in society is and settle into being in a career that you're miserable in just for money or status or whatever it may be. I wanted to be an example to him that you can do what you love. You just have to put in the work. Does every hairstylist make a ton of money? No. Does every health and fitness coach make a ton of money? No. But I have to work harder than them. I have to want it more. I have to believe that I can do it. And if that's the case, then I can. And that's the thing. We all want to use excuses, right? I've done it so much throughout my life. I'm sure I still do it sometimes. We're human, we do it, and I do get it. And obviously there are scenarios where those excuses are valid. But one of my biggest pet peeves in my coaching business, for example, is when people come to me and they say, well, I'm just really busy. So I'm not going to invest in myself. I'm sorry, what? Or, they have X, Y, and Z going on. Is something hard happening in their life right now? Don't get me wrong. I am not downplaying the hard things that happen in our lives. I'm not trying to claim that I know everyone's situation. But in general, when you come to me and you say that, it doesn't make sense. You using excuses like having too much of a busy schedule. You're too busy, you don't have enough time. You're going through X, Y, and Z. That is another limiting beliefs. You are using those as excuses not to better yourself, right? The thing is, we got to stop waiting for a perfect time. That's another limiting belief. Oh, well, now's not the right time for me because of blah, 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 blah. No, I'm sorry, you guys. This is going to be a little brutal honesty, but bad things are always going to happen in our lives. And I don't mean that pessimistically. I'm just being realistic. You're never going to reach a point in time where you're like, okay, I've gone through all the bad things. Now I get to just chill and nothing bad or stressful is going to happen to me. No. Does it ebb and flow? Of course. But you can't say, oh, I'm going through this bad thing, therefore I'm not going to invest in myself. I don't have time to take care of myself. I'm not going to chase my dreams. Whatever it is, because you're always going to have things like that in life. You can't decide that you're going to wait until this bad thing is over, because there will always be something else. Like, we all just want to wait until our ducks are all in a row. But honey, once you get to the point that you originally said you wanted to get to, guess what? There's going to be more ducks to put in the row. Like, it's a never-ending cycle. Now is the time. And I'll end with this one little topic here. One of my worst habits involving limiting beliefs is when I convince myself that I can't. I convinced myself that I couldn't go to cosmetology school anymore the second I got pregnant. For over a year, I said no to coaching, to diving into my fitness journey, because I said, I can't do it. So many more things, you guys, from little daily things to those huge life decisions, I would convince myself I can't. For example, I would see fitness coaches that were doing very well. They were very, very, very successful, and I wanted that. Same with hairstylists, even moms, like, who juggled a lot of things or did whatever, had whatever quality that I wanted to have. Like, I wanted it so bad, but that's the thing. All I did was wish for it. I didn't work for it. And why didn't I work for it? Because I told myself, yeah, I see this big successful person, but that couldn't be me. I'm not good enough. Like, any big, huge goal that I've had in life, I haven't made it there. Like, I'm just not good enough. I'm not like them. If you find yourself telling yourself that, using those excuses and letting those reasons stop you in any scenario, I'm going to challenge you to stop yourself. Stop that thought process in its tracks and ask yourself, dissect that thought. Okay, I'm not good enough. Why? Well, because I've never made it big so far, and because I tried X, Y, and Z and it didn't give me the results I wanted. Why? What is it about you that makes you less than? Tell me. Like, for an example, I had to ask myself, comparing myself to one of those big successful health coaches that I just knew I could never be. Why? Why couldn't I be that? What is it about me that makes me less than that person? What is it about me, logically, realistically, that makes me less capable? Be real with yourself. And maybe that will help stop you from denying yourself these opportunities.